Welcome back again, everyone. I'm Lynn Doyle. This is It's Your Call. Our topic today is CAYLEE'S Law, a new law that's being proposed all over the country that would require parents to inform authorities if their child is missing. Now, it might just seem like to most of us that that's common sense, but apparently in most states, this law is not on the books. So should a case like the Casey Anthony case happen nearby, authorities would have nothing with which to charge her or you. So we're getting your thoughts on that. But now we're talking about Casey Anthony herself. Of course, she has been called the most hated woman in America. Whether you agree with that or not, you can let us know. But the question that we're posing to you is, should she be able to make some money out of this? And should she be able to use her infamy to support herself? If not, will she be, at the mercy of the state and go on welfare? So I just want to get a real quick poll here of the panel and see what everybody thinks she should do.
From an attorney who has represented clients where the juries have come back not guilty, it's very important that she not talk, keep her cover down, because you don't know what she's going to say, how it's going to come out, what they may investigate, and she should be happy and lucky where she is.
Okay.
And take a low profile.
Should she make any money off of this?
She was convicted of some things, and I think that's a good focus for our legislator friends, is that she shouldn't make any profit on the fact that this occurred. I mean, her celebrity is all about it. When somebody is acquitted, they're acquitted, but she was still convicted of 3 misdemeanors, and it was about lying to the police, about what happened with her child.
But what if she wanted to make money off of her ordeal? She spent 3 years in jail.
Look, she created the situation.
That's only if you're convicted, though.
She created the situation.
Yeah, that's the great part.
And not only did she create the situation, but the thing that comes to mind is that it's like, the person that kills their parents and then, cries because they're an orphan. I mean, this is just the point where, look, it's reprehensible. And people, the question is, are people going to allow her to profit off of her?
Well, there are going to be a lot of lawsuits, and my guess is that she's not going to make any money, but she's already signed a $1 million interview, and my guess is the book isn't going to be too far behind. You're right, she should just keep quiet and keep her head down, but
she knew it was good for her.
Today people don't do that, do they?
Let's go to the telephone lines and see what people have to say about this. Pat is on the line with us. Hey, Pat, how are you?
Good. How are you, Lynn?
I'm good, thank you. What do you think about the idea of Casey Anthony making money off of her life story?
I am outraged by this entire case, and I followed it from day one. This is blood money. I mean, I don't care about keeping her head down or what she's going to say. What I care about is how dare she. I mean, most of the public, not only in the U.S. but across the world, believes that she is guilty. And I don't care if she was acquitted by 12 idiots. She is guilty, and to make money off this, I mean, according to what I've heard in the press, the first thing she said when she was interviewed by this so-called person who offered her $1 million is, "Where is my check?" I mean, this is not "where is my child," "where is my check?"
But in this country right now, apparently there are not laws on the books that would prohibit her from doing that. I mean, it's America, land of opportunity, land of second chances, as we see every day. So why shouldn't she get a second chance?
Well, I don't think she should get a second chance. I think I wish there were laws in effect, and I wish there was something we could do as a country to prohibit her from making money on this. I'm not sure how to do that, but if I had an inkling, I would like to stop her from doing this.
Well, there's a reason to run for public office there, Pat. We're going to get the legislators to weigh in. Hold on.
I think Pat really speaks for the majority of Americans across this country, and the fact that, again, she created the situation. And let's look at what she did also in that 31 period, those 31 days. I mean, her conduct while her child was, quote, missing was reprehensible. And she wasn't running, she wasn't crying, she was sitting there doing interviews, going out, having a good time.
But like Richard said, you can't legislate morality.
Well, again, but what you can do is you can deter. The criminal law will deter conduct. And if those laws are on the books.
The real problem is we don't really know what happened to this child, who did what to this child. Right. I mean, we all have this sense that the mother was not just involved, but terribly criminally involved. But the reality is, I don't think that the prosecution proved much of anything.
Well, but not because
Pat,
they didn't try.
thanks so much for your call. I appreciate it.
Not because they didn't try. You have a 2-month murder trial. They only get the evidence that they get.
That's just legally. Okay, the bottom line is this, and you'll know this as a criminal defense attorney. There is an old expression amongst criminal defense attorneys for defendants who are really guilty but beat the rap. Okay. And that's, you can never beat the big one. OJ is in prison. MJ is dead. Patsy Ramsey is dead. I don't know if they all did what they were supposed to have done, but nevertheless, there's a larger karma here, a larger morality.
Okay,
But
before
we're
we
just
say
talking
goodnight,
about making money from it.
before we say goodbye, I do want to check in with two more comments that we've just gotten in. Should Casey be able to cash in is the question. Jeffrey says, I'll be the first to admit that I would read a book if she wrote one, not as a show of support, but to even get the slightest glimpse of what makes this narcissistic sociopath tick. Personally, I obsess more about the 31 days than the verdict in the murder. And Carl says, I'm not interested in anything that she would have to say and certainly wouldn't help finance her in any way. She's a liar who got away with murder. And that's going to be our last comment on this particular show. Gentlemen, ladies, thank you very much for being with us. Most certainly, though, we do appreciate our viewers watching us. Email me at lynn@lynndoyle.net and tell me what you think. Until the next time, my thanks to my crew and to you for watching. Good night.